Welcome back to the Stump podcast, episode 3. I'm your host, Spencer.
And I'm Matt.
And I'm Logan.
Okay, so as per the theme, we have a guest today.
Yes, we do.
And this guest is
a special
arguably
guest.
A very special guest, arguably my favorite guest.
What?
My wife, Johanna. Johanna, say hi.
Hi.
What do you want to say? Anything? Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks.
Thanks for being here. Yeah. We
I had
just
to go
got
far for this one.
literally our kitchen table.
Yeah.
Just got married in July of 2022, and so we're living in Ohio now together. She's from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And
Go Cubs.
Okay.
Where's the boo button?
There
Yeah,
it
get the
is.
boo.
Nah, get out of here.
Boo.
All
But
right, Joe.
very excited to see her, except I'm actually very, very scared because in season 1, when I would say, hey, are these believable? And I would tell my stories to her, she never missed one. She has a perfect 100% rate against me. And so this one, I'm not enjoying my odds.
They've been playing the long
I
game.
will be
They've been
doing.
playing the long game.
I know.
That's all a lie.
So you're saying
All
don't jump on
lie.
board with Joe?
That's why he was upstairs preparing for so long. It's all a lie.
I am pretty gonna blindly follow Joe in this episode.
Yeah.
But
So-
we'll see.
Look.
No pressure.
Yeah.
But it's a little different from last week because Quinn had stories. Joe is just guessing.
Yeah, and to start off,
And
we've
color
got
commentary.
Yeah.
some commentary looking for
Well,
some dish.
Before
on
we
this
get
guy.
into the podcast, Joe, I do have a question for you.
Okay.
Can you just describe your favorite wedding card that you received?
Oh.
You know, there was one where I opened it and you guys sang. Pretty sure. Wasn't that from you guys?
Yeah, that was us.
And then it would never stop.
Yeah.
It's like your voices all night long.
They
Just
got us.
motivation.
Logan and Matt got us a card, and then Hannah as well. They got us a card, and we opened it, and it was them singing "Congratulations," whatever. I think it was like sitting in the tree. I don't even remember what you guys
I
we
don't
said.
remember
sang
what you guys said either.
KSSING.
Yeah.
And so we opened it, and it would not stop. I
At
closed
first
it.
we were cracking up.
Yeah. And then we closed it. It would not stop turning off. And finally, like probably 5 minutes later, I'm like, what is wrong with this thing? And I finally just tore it open.
Sorry.
And then there's supposed to be confetti that flew out.
You
And
tore the
I
wrong
must
spot.
have when I broke it, I must have broken it wrong.
Yeah.
But when I broke it, the confetti still poured out. It just didn't shoot up.
Refund.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got them
Oh
a
my
gag
God.
card that would have gone on for like 6 hours had you not destroyed it.
That would have been funny, but.
It's funny.
Well, so because of the guests we have on, I've tailored my theme to her. The theme I have is teacher, since she is a teacher. So that's a little insight on mine.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's
wow.
by the way, the score
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good
is
call.
Logan 6, Spencer 5.
Matt's pity party 1.
Long season left.
Long season. We
Long
got a lot of
season.
podcasts to go.
Matt, what theme do you have for us this week?
It's a really good question.
Do you have a theme?
No theme's a theme.
I feel like I do, but I'm not 100% sure. I think it's like robots or technology, one of the two. I
And
don't
remember,
even know.
it doesn't have to be a theme.
No.
I know, but like I feel like I had a theme, and I'm blanking on what my theme was supposed to be. So probably don't have a theme.
Okay.
I went with taxes.
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 We're going to talk about
Place
taxes.
in Texas.
Taxes.
I was like,
No. Everyone's favorite bill to the government. The cost to live and breathe in this great nation. Taxes.
Okay. Well, listen, I want to go first because I just want to rip the Band-Aid off. If I'm going to get -1, I might as well just do it now.
Maybe I won't know.
Maybe you won't know, and I pray you don't. But so here's my theme is teachers, and it's 3 crazy stories about teachers.
Great.
Okay.
Your sources are all going to be Reddit.
So I have a pencil sharpener, grenade, or fire in the trash can.
They're all true.
Yeah.
Fire in the trash.
Two of those
but I'm
three
gonna make sure
things
the camera's recording.
shouldn't be in a school.
Okay, so fire in the trash can.
Wait.
Oh, Matt's adjusting the camera, but okay, fire in the trash can. Here we go.
All right.
These are all like I'm going to read them from like the first person. When I was a junior, I had a cranky chemistry teacher who kept trying to get us to focus, but it was one of those days where no one wanted to do anything. He got so fed up, he grabbed the worksheet, lit it on fire, and threw it into the trash can, and yelled, "This is how you are making me feel." Our classroom smelled like burnt rubber for the rest of the day. He retired in quotation marks at Christmas break.
Good golly, these are all from Twitter or Reddit.
I was just going to say, these are Reddit posts.
What did he burn up? What did he burn?
The worksheet.
The worksheet? Okay.
Yeah.
I had a chemistry teacher burn something very badly and then just completely like lie about it when the administration came in to see what was burning. And so I sort of believe this. Chemistry teachers are a little unhinged.
Okay. So now you can either do fire in the hole or
You
pencil
mean
sharpener.
Grenade?
Huh?
Grenade?
Grenade, yes.
That's the lie. I've caught it.
Okay. We'll do that one then.
Finessed.
One day while we were taking a test, the substitute teacher in the next room was letting her class get too loud and rowdy. So he pulled a decommissioned hand grenade out of his desk, walked into the hall outside her door, and yelled, "Fire in the hole," and tossed it in.
Ron Swanson. That's it?
That's it.
It's believable.
You're like, well, actually, my experience with it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Joe,
I hate the fact these are so short.
Joe, which of these two would you be more likely to do?
The first one?
Joe's like, well, actually, I've got a stash of grenades.
Usually I don't have stories.
Have this side drawer of like 6 grenades. If they don't get the point by then, we're done.
Okay. Last one. During an English test, I got to sharpen my pencil. Our classroom had an electric sharpener. However, it wasn't working. I called my teacher over to ask him if he could get me another sharpener. To my surprise, he said, "Give me that thing." Grabbed the sharpener, backed up, and threw it against the cement wall not too far from me. The sharpener broke into many pieces, and everyone was shocked at what had happened. He said the sharpener had been acting up, and so he wanted to get rid of it.
What the heck? These are your 3 stories?
Those are my 3
this
stories.
is trash. We might have to like exclude Reddit from
We're
a source.
sure one's a lie.
He just made one up. That's how it goes. Oh man.
Here's the thing. It's
Hold
not
up.
going to be the most extreme.
Hold up.
Go ahead.
What do you think it is?
I don't think the second one's true.
The
The
grenade?
Yeah, I don't think that's possible.
She came that so
I know,
fast.
but that's so extreme. He wouldn't make the fake story the most extreme, would he?
I
If
mean,
that
let's
happened,
just
there's
be
like
real,
way
there's
more
no-
issues going on.
Right. That's a good point. Like if that happened.
Like, how are you gonna
Teacher
get
get
that
in
the
trouble for that?
school? It was a sub. Yeah,
Sub get in trouble
that's
for
a
that?
no-go.
Mm.
That's false. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
I actually might be jumping on that bandwagon. That's a good point. Why the heck does the sub just have a decommissioned hand grenade with them in a school?
Here's the thing.
It wasn't the sub.
We cannot.
Oh, it wasn't a sub.
Oh,
The
what?
sub next door's room was being loud.
So who had the grenade?
The teacher.
The teacher did. Mm.
Yeah, did they get arrested?
What year was it?
I don't know.
Made up. That's
No,
fine.
well, there's a post in Reddit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I put a year.
I'm just giving him a hard time. That's just my guess.
Okay. Joe's locking in.
You
the
locking in
grenade.
that one in?
Yep.
Wow, that was so fast.
Yeah.
All right, we would have a podcast if you're on every time.
She knows what she wants and she goes for it.
You're like, what's your story? It's B.
No, you're supposed to tell us 3. No, it's B. You're like, ah!
She's a direct human being. What can I say?
I respect it. However, I'm going to break from what I said. I'm going to go with A.
Chemistry teacher's false?
Because that's so believable, and it's the most middle of the 3. I can't think you would just make up the most extreme.
Okay.
I also don't think you'd make up the most milquetoast, which is just chucking up. I mean, everyone's teacher chucked a pencil sharpener against a wall. Like, that's definitely happened.
Yeah,
I mean, mine threw one at me one time. Like, that's not that uncommon.
Tough time.
Okay.
Shoot.
Are you locking it in?
I will, yes.
Okay, chemistry teacher.
Could do
Do
one
I
of
go
each.
for the one that hasn't been gone for? I like the idea that it's so easy. You just burn it. I love
I
the
know,
idea
it's
of
so
like how the
easy.
heck does he have a decommissioned hand grenade? But I could easily see a history teacher having something like that as a prop. And as long as the school knows it's not active, I don't think they have a problem with it if it's like going through historical events.
If you need a minute, I do have a story of something you won't believe happened in a school from someone I
Yeah,
know that was a
man.
teacher.
Give
What
it
you
to
think?
me.
All right, so the guy's a Vietnam War veteran and had been known for having like flashbacks. And so like obviously there's nothing you can do. Like PTSD is a very real thing that many veterans struggle with. And he had this kid that was just mouthing off in class and just all over him and everything. And he's like starts walking towards the kid. The kid's like, "What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?" And so he starts taking his tie off. The kid's like, "You can't do anything. You can't hurt me." He gets right over the kid and he goes, "I'm about to have a flashback and I'm gonna get away with this." And the kid gets up, sprints out of the
my
room,
gosh.
gone. Never came back to the classroom. I was like, "That's awesome."
Did he get fired?
No, nope.
Wow.
You can't do anything about it.
Okay.
It's a
Wow.
condition that a lot of veterans struggle with. That's awesome. Yeah,
I'm about to have a flashback.
I've heard the story. I don't know the guy, but I believe it's true. from who I've heard it from.
Dang,
And
I'm
yeah.
heavily considering
Anyway.
actually locking. I'm heavily considering doubling down with Logan
Okay.
actually,
Oh no.
and leaving
Okay.
Joe on her own.
Are you doing
My
Do it.
gut says go with Joe.
Oh.
We're gonna lock it in. We're going with Joe.
All right.
it? Okay.
Sorry. if it's
So,
wrong.
the English teacher,
Yeah, it's pencil sharpener. Tell us that
Pencil
first.
sharpener one.
100% true because it happened to me.
Oh, okay.
That was me. I went
Okay.
up.
That's what, who didn't have a teacher? And
Eighth
English
grade-
teachers, man, they
Right.
throw stuff.
8th grade teacher. It was an electric sharpener. He literally walked over to it, grabbed it, backed up, and threw it. Whizzed past my head.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Shattered that thing. I was like, oh my gosh. Apparently, this teacher, I don't know anything about him, but from what I've rumored has it, he like left during like a semester years later. Like just
Yeah.
got up and left.
Oh no.
Joe
Yeah.
has been murdering me.
Except for this time, huh?
But for the first time, for the first time, that was
Knew
so he
it.
was a
Joe,
Viet-
you're never welcome
he
on
was,
it.
a, he was a Vietnam veteran apparently, and he had a decommissioned grenade in the drawer and just said,
I'm telling you, you
I
can't
know.
make the fake story the most wild when it's 3 like this. Like,
and then I
Dang
just
it.
wrote, I just made up the chemistry teacher. So I got 2. Logan got 1. Well done though.
Good job.
Thank you. It's about the time. I feel so proud. Now I don't care if I get any more points as long as I stumped Joe. That's so mad.
yeah, because you were going. I told you, do it. Lock in with me. He wouldn't make the most extreme one to lie.
Sorry, Matt.
It's the fact that
I
like,
even warned you.
I was right there.
You were.
You
It's
actually
not
nailed
even
it.
like if I would have been like, all right, we're gonna go
You
spread
said-
eagle, and I'm gonna pick the one
Yeah.
that no one's picked. It's not okay, but like I said,
You
so
said
you've
I'm
gotta
going
go
to be with
Joe.
Logan. I'm going to be with Logan, and then you go, and I'm going to go with Joe.
Yeah.
I know,
And you called how the grenade could be there.
Yeah.
I know, but I don't know.
Well, Matt.
Well, I feel like you have to go now.
Yeah. Redemption. The redemption arc.
Wow,
Just
break
chucking
everything.
things.
I just dropped my
Goodness.
laptop.
All right, so I don't really know if I have a theme. I think the theme could be technology if you want to go with that. But my 3 things are never go vegan, pigs can fly, and boy versus robot.
Okay.
What do you guys want?
Joe.
Pigs can fly.
Okay.
Pigs can fly. Okay. I gotta open it up really quick. Alrighty.
Need like Jeopardy, like do do do.
All right, so Elon Musk is known for his high-profile companies like Tesla and SpaceX, but the billionaire also has a handful of unusual ventures. He says he started one of them to achieve some bios between human brain and artificial intelligence, and it's called Neuralink. Okay, if you guys don't know about the company, it's basically like connecting humans
That's
with
the company that's putting chips in their brains, right?
yeah, it's kind of wild.
Cutting edge.
So Elon has often compared this tech in his company to the Fitbit for the brain, trying to increase the capacity of humans by adding a touch of AI into the lives of millions. But for now, they are testing on pigs. So pigs are very simple animals. They eat, sleep, and they eat some more. So Neuralink's goals was simple: control the pig. If we want to move the pig should move wherever the heck we want to move it, test that, and make sure that it's all functioning, that they're actually the ones in control, and not that, the pig's just doing whatever it wants to do. If they turn right, pig turns right. If they decide to stop the pig from eating, then the pig stops eating. And basically, they did just that. The pig walked around in a 10 by 10 cage while the company controlled how the pig was moving. Now, it didn't all work out as planned. They had the hardest time getting the pig to move away from the feeder that they eventually removed. They
Same,
removed
buddy.
from they removed from the cage, which may not have been the best option, as the pig got angry and became very hostile towards the handler that was in the cage.
And pigs are mean. Those are
Dude, they're chunky.
those are little
Like a
units.
500-pound pig.
Like they're tanks. You do not want those things that mad at you.
Yeah, so while that test didn't necessarily go 100% according to plan, they were able to basically control a lot of it, being able to move the pig, and actually show that they were able to move the pig based on where they want it to go, given the fact that he was also very hungry and just didn't want to leave the feeder. But yeah, maybe one day they'll be able to do that and make pigs fly.
Where do the wings come from?
Yeah.
Well, it would like literally
Yeah.
fly a plane, like sit a pig in a cockpit,
And
and
they
technically their goal is to move.
2 weeks
So-
ago, we learned that monkeys could
That's
control
true.
trains.
Yeah.
So I'm on board.
So that's that one.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
I-
Elon's a nutty dude. I'd believe
say-
it.
Dude, he's a wild man.
he's
Yeah.
interesting.
Would you get on the plane that the pig
He-
is flying?
no. No.
But like, is the pig really flying if the chip is controlling
No.
it?
There you could
Still
you
no.
literally could not pay me enough. You couldn't.
That's
get
also
on.
not true.
No.
Because you get 7 figures or something, you'll find me on
No.
the passenger seat.
Not me. Not me. There's no way. If it's just the pig. Anyone else flying? Is there a co-pilot?
I'm telling you, there is a price on everything.
There. Not for this.
There's a private-
No way.
Last week, our guest Quinn.
yeah. Quinn's actually the one controlling the pig.
If there's a co-pilot, then yeah, you can pay me whatever you want. But if it's just the pig, there's no chance.
All right.
The pig, no co-pilot, but a parachute.
Yes.
Okay.
Questionably working.
Yeah.
Do you guys want never go vegan, or do you want boy versus robot?
Never go vegan.
Yeah.
That's a
Never go
life, really a life stance of mine.
Okay. This one's very similar to the other story. As we get closer and closer to
Cheater.
robots doing more and more, the question is, should we try this? We may need to answer that a little bit more often as we continue. David Bowen's installation Plant Machete enables a living plant to move a machete through an industrial robot's bionic-like arm. How on earth does this work? Let me tell you. Very similar to Neuralink, actually. The system uses an open-source microcontroller connected to the plant, which reads a varying resistance signals across the leaves. This essentially translates to electrical signals from the plant in real time to make motions like swings, jabs, slices, and more. In this case, the plant acts as the brain for the machete, moving it around through the arm and slicing and everything else, stabbing, whatever the heck it wants, in the air. We are one step closer to living in the movie iRobot.
What about Plants vs. Zombies? It kind of has that feel to it.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
There's no chance that is real.
That's what I think too.
There's,
I'd lock it in now.
there's just no.
I don't
chance.
like how confident this one is.
There's no chance that is
Don't
real.
like how confident that one is at all.
I'm interested by the concept. I find it less believable than the first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what's the
But I
third?
need to hear a third.
Boy versus robot. Boy versus robot. In a wholesome game of chess,
Don't even do that.
Here we go again.
or so we thought. The scene takes place in Moscow during the Moscow Open. A robotic arm was playing chess with a 7-year-old boy when the boy violated one of the rules as he took his turn before the robot had fully finished his move. The robot became very angry, and it proceeds to pinch the boy's finger against the table for several seconds. While others around tried to help the boy out, it was too late as the robot had already broken the boy's finger for violating his turn.
What year is this?
I actually don't have that.
I think it's true.
Do robots feel emotion? You said the robot became angry and broke his... That's wild.
Well, wasn't someone controlling the robot properly?
Imagine being the
No,
dude
no,
that
it was
breaks
Like
against
an
AI,
AI?
basically. It was like an AI robot.
So I know with the chess thing, I know that I think it was Gary Kasparov. I'm botching his name. Maybe it wasn't him.
I don't know
But
if you should
the-
be too confident saying anything chess related.
I know, right? But there was a person that played a computer for the first time, and that's when the computer won, and it was like this big thing where computers are now. The
I
number
remember,
one.
yeah, because it was like an AI and it like calculated
Yep.
every move and it beat a grandmaster or
Yeah,
whatever.
I think it was Gary. whatever his
Yeah.
name is. And the whole dilemma was like they made a move that they didn't think the computer could
Calculate?
calculate, but the
Mm.
computer calculated it, and they said in that moment they were like,
Oh crap!
"It's done. We're
Yeah.
done. We lose."
This
Oh,
is where
that's
Terminator
terrifying.
starts. Terminator started
With
on
chess.
on a chessboard
But
somewhere.
I don't think I've ever heard of a bionic arm playing chess. But then again,
Or
I've been
my other question would be, how does it
How does
it's
it
moving
know?
pieces to grab a finger, break a finger for out of turn or whatever.
Joe.
I still
You-
think the plant thing's wrong.
You want to lock it in? Jeez.
Do you want to lock it in?
She's
Yeah, I
on that
will.
Okay,
plant.
lock it in the
Alright, locked
plant.
in plants.
Spencer?
No. I chose first last time. I want to hear what you're going with. 'Cause I think the first one's true, based on the last. two.
Elon's nuts.
He's an interesting guy.
He really
And
is.
Neuralink,
And-
that's a legit company,
well, and
isn't it?
I think
I don't-
no, it's a real company,
Okay.
100%.
So
I
he could have
think
made that up, but
pigs are what they do a lot of operations on because of how similar they are to humans. Like I know we tried to transplant a pig heart into a human because the tissue's so similar, and so it would logically make sense that we would go for pigs for this brain control.
Isn't that wild? The tissue is so
I
similar
know
between us and like a
it
pig.
didn't work. The guy died, but still, like
Still.
it's
Oh gosh.
it's wild to me that a pig. I don't know. I guess you would think monkey or dolphin or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I would have thought like monkey, but
Yeah,
monkeys are strong.
I'm gonna believe that. I'm going with Joe on the plant.
oh my gosh, I
And-
was gonna go with Joe.
Well, you let me go first.
With Joe.
You let me go first, and here's the problem. I'm really between that and the one where it broke a kid's finger.
Same.
I just
The broken finger's more believable.
broken
to me.
finger's weird. Broken finger's less believable to me, and that's why I never go with the least believable. It's the same thing as
It's
chucking the
always what you
grenade.
Trying to
It's
like
always
what
you
think of how
medium
this last
You
thing
wouldn't-
goes. And I'm
You
like,
wouldn't make up the most extreme story you tell me, and I think the plant's the middle.
So the plant tells the machine how to control the machete.
the machete. So it's the
Yeah.
arm connected, and there's like
And
basically like Neuralink.
Terrifying
and it just kinda, like,
implications.
moves it around.
You imagine, like, I
Oh.
don't know, you pee on the wrong shrub and a robot's chasing you. like
You're in the woods camping, and you just
done,
no.
done messed up now.
I
Like,
didn't even think about that.
I can't fathom that being true.
I really can't fathom some of these being true, but I think the robotic chess is less believable with a hand. I just generally go with the second least believable.
I'm gonna go lock and plant as well, just because that would
I
blow
like it.
my mind if that's
Yeah.
true.
Alrighty. Well, boy versus robot.
Oh, tell
That's
us
true.
that Elon. Oh wait, unless that's the
Yeah.
false one. I guess
That
break
could
our
be
heart with
Boy
whichever
versus
one's.
robot was true.
Yeah.
Basically, the
That's wild.
boy violated the move, and
So it snapped his. Who wrote the code?
So it went.
No, it
well,
probably
so
was an accident. It wasn't on
it
purpose.
was. They don't. I mean, they don't really know. But basically, what happened was when the boy like pulled away, the robot like pinched his finger against the table, and like the pressure broke his finger.
Yeah, that's believable.
And people were trying to like move the boy around. He ended up playing like the next day. Like he's totally
Yeah,
fine.
that's
Like,
belie- yeah,
he
that is-
patched it up and went playing the next
Dude,
day.
I'm telling you, I'm never looking at toaster the same. If a robot breaks my finger, like I'm going straight Amish once I see something broken by a robot.
Yeah. So I don't like the fact that she guessed that so quickly.
was that the false one?
Because what? That would be like negative what?
Oh, you got
You'd be
you fooled
negative
us.
one.
He fooled
Yeah,
us,
I'm
though.
fooling
He
you.
fooled
That
us.
the plant one's real.
Unbelievable.
That's
They basically, like stems. You
Yeah.
like it has a little pad. They stuck on the leaves and it moved the robot. I got a video I can show you guys later.
Okay.
Elon's.
Wait, and the robot
Literally, the
has
robot
machete.
arm had a machete, and the plant was controlling the machete
How did
based
they
on
know
vibrations.
that? That's nuts.
That is crazy.
It was I'll show you guys the article. I can show you the video. Elon
Yeah,
does have a company called Neuralink.
Yeah.
They do test on pigs.
yeah.
They are not trying to actually control it. What it was trying to do is they're trying to predict where the pig was going to move
Yeah.
and what the pig was going to do.
Dang.
Absolutely nothing about controlling it. There was no feeding. There was no pig got angry.
Good story
story,
because
'cause
none
that-
of that. And that
all three of us were
was-
like, yeah, that's believable.
Yeah,
wow, did I just get
You got tripled.
You just got 3 points. Yeah.
holy
Well done.
cow.
Well done. No, that's solid. I gotta give props to that.
If we're being honest, I heard the story about the robot finger. I was trying to throw Spencer off by saying I was between the two.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
you
I-
could have gone
It
with
hit
it.
the news. It hit the news stream, and I had read it, and
Did
I
it
was
really?
like, yeah.
Is that recent?
It was like
I think
6
it's
months ago or now.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
so
not
I thought it
super
was
recent.
fairly
but
recent,
It was
but I
like
didn't know.
2022.
Never
Okay.
heard of it. I just figured I was like, I didn't think what you were talking about.
I
The
heard
robot
that.
grabbing it. I figured it'd be like he went to grab it and got stuck.
Yeah, he went.
I heard
Yeah.
that. I was actually between the other two. I went with Plant because I thought that was the false one. But I really wanted to throw Spencer off behind me.
Nice.
No, I was going
Look at
plant
you
pretty
go.
much the whole way,
Oh,
but I didn't like how you guys jumped on. I'm like, oh crap, because now we're
Yeah.
gonna give him 3 points.
now he's gave him 3 points.
Okay,
And
well
he
done.
is back in the game.
He is back in the game. That's huge. That's a big,
Well,
because he had
done,
one
Matt.
before. So
Yeah. You just tripled your output in one move.
The ultimate
Okay,
chess
Logan.
move.
Wow. This is not good for me because... Yeah, this doesn't end well. All right, we're talking about taxes. I'm going to give you guys 3 taxes. Which one do you want first? Le toilet tax, France's response to economic upheaval.
Oh, no.
When taxes strike back, the story of how taxation sunk the British merchant fleet. Or the heartbreak tax write-off.
Was there not 4 there? I
There's
swear I
3.
heard 4.
There's
Three.
3.
The toilet was
Le
all
toilet
France.
tax
He's
is the
like,
France.
2-1.
Yeah, that's just le toilet tax.
Le
Just
toilet.
le toilet.
Le
Yes.
toilet.
See, that's
Oh,
Italian.
that's the one I want.
That is Italian.
That's Italian. It is, but
All right. France had an interesting way to impose a tax on those they felt were dodging taxes unfairly. In 1788, just prior to the official start of the French Revolution, which was officially 1789, France decided that as a way to close the tax loophole for people who were skipping out on property tax, they would impose a new tax based purely on number of toilets on the property. The theory behind it, wealthy landowners have multiple bathroom facilities, and those living in the slums often shared communal facilities, like outhouse style between multiple houses or whatever. But where the tax missed in a big way is the poor farmers who would have dirt floors, but their facilities would often be like a hole in the ground. And they would count this when on the taxes. Like they would be taxed for literally a hole that you use the bathroom into. And because they dug multiple holes, they were getting hit with high taxes, right? So typically these peasant toilets would get filled over or just be buckets that would be thrown out in a ditch or whatever, but they would count per bucket, they would count per hole, and it led to huge taxes for low-income farmers on the French countryside. The outrage grew, and these farmers rioted, even going as far to guillotine tax collectors who came around to count. This was and still is considered one of the largest contributing factors to the French Revolution. The unnecessary taxes, but this was one of like the breaking points. The French Revolution was 10 years and saw more than 10,000 people lose their heads, get guillotined. And so it turns out people aren't a fan of paying a tax for the bathroom that they use.
What time frame?
1788 was when the tax was started. 1789 was
Interesting.
the like official start of the French Revolution when heads started to roll. But yeah, this was
When head starts.
Okay.
Okay. Toilets.
Yeah. What do you want next? The heartbreak tax write-off or when taxes strike back?
What are you thinking, Joe?
The last one.
When
Taxes strike back.
All right. The story of how taxation sunk the British merchant fleet. 1773. 1770s were a bad time for taxes. This is mere years before the U.S. achieved their independence from Britain. And around the same time as the infamous tea tax that, led to British imposed a lesser-known but equally ineffective tax on their own citizens, a tax on all boats as they entered and exited ports owned by the British Empire. The problem wasn't the tax itself, it's how it was imposed. See, the tax was based purely on the size of the ship measured by length by width, not depth. The problem is depth is what gives a boat stability in rough waters. In response to this tax, Brits started making boats smaller, length by width, but deeper, resulting in an entirely unstable fleet of British merchant ships. As storms would hit, these ships began dropping quicker and quicker as a result of the tax, leaving tons of merchant ships at the bottom of the ocean instead of sailing across it. It's impossible to calculate exactly how many ships sank as a result of the taxation, but it will go down as one of the most counterproductive taxes ever imposed.
Good job. They're all
Okay.
believable.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
You haven't heard the third.
I don't know.
Okay,
Okay.
that's
All right.
tough.
Third tax. Early 1900s, Argentina imposed an interesting tax write-off. Men who could prove they had been asked by a woman to marry them but got rejected were exempt from paying income tax that year. It became known as a bachelor tax and led to some pretty obvious problems. One of the biggest was proving who actually got dumped versus lying, right? Think like the heartbreak spinoff of Stumped. 2 truths and a lie. Yep. I got dumped, sure. I don't pay income tax. In response to the tax write-off, young ladies in Argentina began offering their services as professional rejectors who would testify under oath as to having rejected any man willing to pay them for their testimony. If a young bachelor decided he'd rather pay a young lady for her to reject him than the taxes, he could just contact his local professional rejector and get dumped for the sake of taxes. Third story.
Oh my gosh.
I think 1 and 3 are the most. It's less likely to be true. So like.
But what does he say? The most unlikely is true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Catching on quick. Yeah, because the ship one, like,
I could see
if
it.
they did impose that tax, I could totally see merchants trying to make different ships?
Mm-hmm.
Could
No,
they pump
the-
out ships fast enough?
The theory behind all 3 stories truly is people don't want to pay taxes.
Right.
And when
Right.
you
And
impose
we'll do
a
what
weird
we can
tax,
to not.
people will do whatever they can to not pay that tax.
Yeah.
Oh man, the question though is,
I'd be a professional rejector.
Yeah.
Side note.
I would hope so. You'd make probably good money.
Spencer's just like, yeah,
Side
income,
hustle.
income.
Side hustle. Come on, hell.
This podcast ain't paying for itself.
Oh man.
Oh jeez.
I know what I'm gonna do.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
No,
gonna
no.
do?
She's got to wait.
No, what are you
No,
gonna
no.
do?
What are you locking in?
Number 1,
Yeah.
the toilet.
The toilet.
Les toilets.
La
tax?
toilet.
I was leaning for that one too, but I don't want to jump on with you.
So the toilet one was
I haven't been
because
right yet, so.
outhouses and then farmers
The
are
holes.
getting hit.
Basically, the collectors would count anything you pooped in: a bucket, a hole, an outhouse. And now, if you were in an inner city slum, sure, there's 12 people sharing an outhouse. You're not going to really care about that. But the poor farmers on the countryside were like, "Oh, here's the 3 holes we've pooped in. Here's the 2 buckets we've used in the house." Like, and then there's 5 toilets you're getting taxed.
When I
on,
first
and
heard
it's
that
hitting
story,
them.
I literally was like, "There's 0% chance this is true. 0."
In fact, they'd have to walk to everybody and tax them. That's where I'm like,
I'm telling you, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
oh,
I can't defend 1780s French tax code.
Oh,
The
come on,
least
dude.
true
Get
one to
together.
me is the 3rd one, but that goes against what he says. Like,
The third
the
one
most out there.
was
The
The 3rd one's the professional
the pro-
rejectors.
yeah, I could see that totally happening though.
What are you
Maybe.
thinking, Matt?
Dude, I don't want to because you've already burned me once.
I know, I've been totally wrong
So
every
I don't.
time.
I don't want to. You're not on a good track record right now.
But this will be the one, you know?
Spencer really
Oh,
talks
sure.
you up.
Yeah, he really talked you up. But like, I think the ship one makes sense, but that's where I'm concerned because it's like seems like the most logical one out of all of them. Like impose a tax on ships coming into the harbor.
The
And
harbor.
then- the harbor, and then they just okay, I don't want to pay that tax. I'm gonna change my ship.
It's too logical.
I'm gonna
That's
lock
what
in
I like.
professional rejector
Professional rejector.
because I don't think that's.
I'll spread.
Okay,
I'll lock in the ship.
You're doing the ship.
we're spreading.
Spreading.
Wow.
Break your favorite heart first, huh?
Break your favorite. Okay, there was professional rejectors in Argentina. That's
If it's
true.
the toilet one, I'll be so angry at my
That-
gut. I'll be so mad at myself.
That's 100% true. It happened. Argentina. It only lasted about 10 years because obviously no one's paying like
Yeah.
income taxes. It's actually costing the government more this tax. And it took but no, that was
The
true.
ladies are bringing in money.
Oh yeah, they were just taking the taxation.
Joe is
money.
so right. There's
All right.
the ship has to be true.
The ship.
That's true for sure.
That's true.
Ah!
Gosh dang it! I almost went with the toilet too. I should have locked it in
Joe,
first.
this toilet tax
You
I
got
made up.
one.
Completely made up. The French didn't impose a tax on toilets.
I should have went with
It
that.
was
My gut.
quirky and out there, and the French Revolution gave me a great guys to make up a weird tax for.
I should have went with my gut. Well, he got 1 point.
I did only get 1 point
Yeah.
despite fooling both of you. No, that sucks.
That's
but
trash.
So it went 3-2-1.
No,
3-2.
it went 2
Yeah.
2 3
No.
Oh yeah, wait.
He got
I,
2.
because he got 2
I
from.
Oh,
got-
he got
I
mine
got
and
yours.
then yeah,
and
2,
then,
2,
2,
3.
3.
yeah, 2 2 3.
Yeah.
Well done. And then the
That's
guest
a
got
heck
1.
of a week.
Guess
Yep.
one.
Hey,
Yes.
you know the one thing I learned about my wife today is she is very decisive.
Yes.
When she knows what she
Good
wants, she goes
golly.
for
But
it.
I was wrong a lot, so.
Yeah.
Which really raises some more questions.
Why she with me?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
She saw what she liked and she went for it. Is that right?
That's how it went.
Nice.
Well-
That's a quick story there.
Hey, what's the score updates? What's the update?
She went B.
Updates. Logan has 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Spencer has 7.
Yep.
Oh.
And I have 5.
You have 5.
Yeah. That's
you?
3
No,
after
4.
2.
Sorry, I got
Oh.
4. I have 4.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And our guests are at like 5.
Yeah. So,
That's what I was doing. I'm like, good golly.
Well,
Guests are
Joe,
doing better.
thanks
Oh,
for
man.
joining us. That was fun.
That was fun.
The 3rd episode we have,
You should do better.
4th
next
episode.
or
Time.
the 4th episode. Yeah.
we're-
Jeez.
this is 3.
This is 3.
We're on to number 4.
4th episode we have an old. Oh no. My buddy Jeremiah is on the next one.
Oh, Micah's coming.
But anyways, thanks for joining. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Toodaloo.
Have a good one.